Today, we are putting 4 AI giants to the ultimate test: VO 3.1, Sora 2, Kling AI, and 1 2.5, to see which one truly delivers in a storytelling workflow. Now, let's start with the first video.
Fuel your motion. Refresh your mind. Oralis water, the start of every victory.
What do you think? Looks good, right? Now let's see how I created this video. I first generated all these images using Nano Banana. If you don't know how to use Nano Banana, there's a tutorial on this channel that covers it. I will drop the link in the description. You can check that out later, as I won't repeat that process here because of time. Now, let's step into the ring and see who wins this battle. But before we start, who are you betting on? Open your browser and go to Higgsfield.ai. Higgsfield is an all-in-one platform that gives you access to several key AI tools. And one of the best things about Higgsfield is that it gives you unlimited generation for VO 3.1. As you can see, you can use VO 3.1 and Sora Sketch to Video for free once you have an active subscription on their platform. So under the Video tab, select Google VO 3.1. You will see 2 tabs, Frames and Ingredients. I will explain both later, but for now, let's look at how I created the final scene of that lady talking in the video you just watched. VO 3.1 allows you to add a reference image, which helps keep your character consistent across shots. So I clicked the Start Frame tab to add that image, then I entered my prompt. You can pause the video to read the full prompt or simply ask for it in the comments. After entering the prompt, you can toggle Enhance Prompt on or off. I usually turn it off most times, especially for dialogue scenes. Below that, there's Multi-Shot mode, which splits your prompt into scenes and adds camera cuts automatically, but I don't need a multi-shot mode for this scene. In the Model tab, you can choose between VO 3.1 and VO 3.1 Fast. The key difference between these two is that 3.1 will give you better cinematic quality than the 3.1 Fast, but bear in mind, it will take more credit. However, the results I have gotten from fast mode are simply amazing. That's actually what I use for the water ad. So I chose the fast version. As you can see, it costs 22 credits to generate an 8-second video. But here's where it gets interesting. If you switch on unlimited mode, you can generate for free. So why waste your credits? From here, you can set resolution and aspect ratio. But note, regardless of the resolution you pick, it will still generate a 720p video for you. Once you are done, hit Generate. So that's how I created the last scene of that lady talking with VO 3.1. 1 2.5 was released recently, and it can also generate talking characters. So I used the same reference image and prompt, but from the model I chose 1 2.5, and I set the duration to 10 seconds and resolution to 1080p. So Google VO 3 can only generate 8 seconds video, while 1 2.5 can generate 10 seconds. Note that 1 2.5 outputs at 1080p, while VO 3 is 720p. But you can use 1 2.5 fast for less at slightly lower quality. Now let's see the video from 1 2.5.
Fuel your motion. Refresh your mind. Oralis water. The start of every victory.
VO 3.1 looks more natural and emotional. The delivery feels real and fits the story for the ad. One 2.5 lacks that emotional depth and the character is very rigid. Now, what about Sora 2? Unfortunately, it's out for this category because you can't use a human face in your reference images. So what that means is that it can generate talking characters, but they won't stay consistent across scenes. And that's a big issue. You need your character to stay consistent, especially if they appear in multiple scenes. So this is a loss for Sora 2. Kling AI also can't generate talking characters from a reference image. So round 1 definitely goes to VO 3.1. But hey, one 2.5 put up a solid fight, and since this guy is one of the co-founder of Alibaba, the developers of one 2.5, and I know we all love him, let's show him some love. Here's a free tip to help you out and give him a little boost. If you head over to their site, one.video, and sign up, you will get 10 free credits every day to create videos or images. Pretty sweet deal, right? Just note, the videos come with a watermark. Also, you can generate free videos on their site. However, it takes a lot of time for the videos to generate. Now, let's hit the bell for round 2. For the scene where the woman opens the fridge and picks a bottle of water, I use the start and end frame feature in VO 3.1. So, to do this, you upload 2 images, one for how the scene starts and one for how it ends. One 2.5 doesn't have this feature, but if you visit their website one.video, you can select first and last frame mode. Once you do that, it switches to one 2.1 plus, which supports this but can only generate up to 5 seconds. So after imputing your images, simply type in your prompts. In my prompt, I specified that I wanted the woman to open the fridge and pull out the bottled water. So let's see the original result I got from each of them. As you can see, VO 3.1 and Kling AI both produce good results. However, the woman didn't exactly pull out the bottle from the fridge, but I fixed that easily in editing. One 2.1 plus, yeah, the old guy in the lineup, only gives 5 seconds, but guess what? It's the only one that actually followed the prompt where the woman pulls the bottle from inside the fridge. Well, talk about overachieving under pressure. But somehow, that video didn't make the final edit. My bad, I'm sorry. Now, what about Sora 2? Well, Sora 2 only has a start frame feature. And even then, you can't use any reference image with a human face. So basically, it said no humans allowed. So for this round, let's just call it a tie.
嘿，我会打你的，那太不公平啊！我为这场战斗训练得如此努力，而你称它为平局。
And the reason why I'm calling it a tie instead of giving it to one 2.1 plus is because if you read the prompt, there are some other instructions in that prompt that Kling AI and VO 3.1 adhered to. So that's why I'm calling it a tie. Sorry, one 2.1 plus. You did so well under pressure. Now, the other scenes in this ad are pretty straightforward, nothing too fancy. So let's take this battle up a notch and try something more challenging. We are going to recreate this shot from my film trailer that I made with Kling AI a few weeks ago and see who really takes the glory this time. So I added the start and end frame images and used the same prompt. Now let's take a look at the results. So this is the result from Kling AI. As you can see, it handled the dynamic fly-through motion beautifully. But when you pause the video, the people's faces look a bit blurred, like a smeared ogi. Still, the visual looks good, but a bit of issue with the detailing. VO 3.1 gave me a richer image quality and more detail. When you pause the video, you can see the details of the people, even the bosses, everything looks clean. Though the camera motion is not as dynamic as what we got from Kling AI. One 2.1 Plus produced cleaner images than Kling AI, but it didn't deliver that seamless single shot, likely because of the time limit. And also, it's one 2.1 Plus, not one 2.5. As for Sora 2, it doesn't support start and end frame feature. So, this one's a tie between Kling AI and VO 3.1. But if you beg to differ, kindly let me know in the comment section. Now, let's look at the ingredients feature in VO 3.1. You can upload up to 3 images and VO 3.1 combines them into one cohesive video. I uploaded these images and prompted, take the lady out of the scene and place her seated in the art gallery, holding the bottle of Coke. The camera cuts to a close-up as she takes a sip. Now let's see the result. What do you think? Perfect, cinematic, and exactly as prompted. Even though this is a free generation and it's 720p, the quality is outstanding. I wonder what I would get if I had used the VO 3.1 cinematic quality. This ingredients feature is a game changer, but let's see if Kling AI's similar elements feature can match it. I uploaded the same images and gave it the same prompts. Let's see what it gave me. Let's just say the result speaks for itself and we'll move on. One 2.5 and Sora 2 doesn't have this feature. So this round goes to VO 3.1. But just so it doesn't seem like I am against Sora 2, I decided to make this a fair fight. In Sora 2, you can use objects as reference images. So I brought in the image of the art gallery and prompted it to create a dark-skinned lady wearing a white dress sitting on a bench holding a bottle of Coke. And as the camera pulls close, she takes a sip. I used the free mode for this test, and here's the result Sora 2 gave me.
Sometimes, the quiet moments tell the best stories. Here's to finding them.
As you can see, he did a good job of compositing this woman into the reference image that we provided. However, the image quality was really poor, totally unusable. You might think maybe that's because it's the free mode, but hold on, let's prove that theory wrong. I decided to recreate this same scene using only text to video, this time without any reference image, just to make it fairer. The prompt was simple. A woman sitting on a bench in an art gallery wearing a white dress holding a bottle of Coke and taking a sip as the camera zooms in. For Sora 2, I selected the Pro Max model, which is their highest cinematic setting. And I chose the 720p resolution because I don't want to burn my credits. This cost me 93 credits to generate the video. So let's see what we got.
Some moments deserve to be savored. Ice cold Coca-Cola makes it easy.
As you can see, it kind of adhered to the prompts. The woman is there sitting in the gallery, but then it added a random voiceover I never asked for. And she still didn't take a sip from the Coke bottle. Worst part, the video quality is extremely poor. So that's a 93 credits gone to waste. Believe me, it's really painful. Now let's check out what we got from VO 3.1 using this same prompt. Even though it's also 720p and I used the free mode, the video looks cinematic, rich, like something you will play in a cinema. Sora 2's video was 12 seconds long, while VO 3 was only 8 seconds. Yet, VO 3.1 delivered far better quality and followed the prompts more accurately. I also tried this same text-to-video scene with Kling AI and one 2.5. Well, I don't think we even need to talk about those results. The winner here is VO 3.1. Before we move on, if this tutorial has been insightful to you, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Now for the last test, I tested a watch ad using both VO 3.1 and Sora 2. I used the same prompt but formatted it differently for each platform. For VO 3, I used a JSON prompt since it supports that format. In case you don't know, a JSON prompt gives you precise control over everything. Your scenes, camera movement, lighting, they are great for consistency, automation, and cinematic accuracy. And that's why I love using them. However, it's not all AI platform that supports it. And that's what I use to create these ads that you are seeing. If you'd like me to make a full tutorial on how to write JSON prompts, just let me know in the comments. Now let's see the results we got. Veo 3.1 result looks rich, cinematic, and production ready. It looks like something I can print and put up in my studio. But Sora's version, well, not usable. So Veo 3.1 just landed a clean uppercut.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. What a finish! VEO 3.1 takes the crown tonight. Every frame a clean hit. Every render a flawless victory. What a performance! VEO 3.1 stands undefeated.
So which of these tools should you use? Well, it really depends on the kind of story you want to tell. But when it comes to strong storytelling, emotion, and cinematic visual, Veo 3.1 clearly stands out. However, subscribing to only Google Veo 3 through their own platform might limit you, since you still need other AI tools to achieve certain features. That's why I personally use platforms like Higgsfield, Design AI, or FreePic, because they give me access to multiple AI tools in one place, making my workflow faster and more flexible. Before wrapping up, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone in the community. We have crossed 1,000 subscribers. Thank you all for being part of this journey. For my returning viewers, this is my real avatar. Let's just say the other one you've seen in my previous tutorials was my undercover agent. My name is Osacraft, and I will see you in the next one.